Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Ostranauts, and this is my complete beginner's guide to that game, and we are working on build 14. The current state of the ship is we're going to see about expanding out this way, adding some bunk space and a restroom. And I did take the time to kind of organize stuff to maximize my floor space in case there's anything else I want to grab. Then currently on the dolly, all I have is the backpack that has flooring stuff in it so far. And we're going to basically go and collect flooring. That's really the plan for right this second. Once we've done that for a little bit, and as we saw, there is plenty of flooring to choose from here. But once we've done that for a little bit, we will talk about grabbing walls to start doing wall work here on the ship that we have. This is the kind of flooring I tend to like. I don't hate these pieces. I'm going to use them to mark where there are doors and other kinds of conduit or corridor sort of ideas laying in the floor. But otherwise, we're just going to basically grab all of this. And I think what we'll do, probably the easiest way to do this for now, is to bring this here and drop it so I don't lose track of it. I'm going to turn on one of these lights and set it down right next to it. And then I'm going to take the flooring bag off of here and we will carry it in this hand. I think you'll be able to do that. And if you can't, we'll just set it down and that'll be fine too. So we're going to start over here. We're going to uninstall flooring. And I'm going to probably avoid those for now just because I want to keep it consistent. Whoops. Well, the flooring under the walls will almost certainly be just the 96 series. So I'm okay with that. We'll do this, 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 just like that. So what I'm thinking, that should get us started. Plenty of floor to pick up. Let's get him going. And while he's going crazy, we'll come down here and talk about what we're going to do. I think essentially we're going to, easy for me to say, I think we're going to basically build wall. And like I said, I tend to build a big rectangle or brick, at least to start. We will eventually expand down this way. And I mean, these ships can get huge. I've seen a blueprint of somebody having built one. I think it was 130 squares long and 90 squares wide, something like that. It was absolutely huge. So we can get clever in that. My thought is function before form. I don't mind it being a brick if it has what I need on it. And that's kind of where I'm heading for now. I do like the idea of, diagonal walls and things like that, but this ship is meant for outer space, not for atmosphere travel, so it has no need to be aerodynamic. With that said, why don't we go ahead and see how far he's just cruising along. He probably can't get to this without going outside. That's my guess. And that's what he's going to go do. He's going to go find his way around. Oh, no, maybe not. He's doing repair work because we have all that stuff that needs to be repaired. So we're going to un-auto task him, bring him back here and slow time down, start picking stuff up. And I think it's going to be shift clicks. And that should be just fine because it's all going into the same place. So much quicker when you do what the game allows you to do instead of fumbling through it like I did last time. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Picked up all that floor just like that. Oh, not all of it though. Missing a couple of pieces. There's one. And I think there was one up here. Okay, that's lots of floor. So what, 20, be 80 pieces of flooring once we're done filling this up. And we've got the entire cart that we can put flooring on. So that'd be another 70, 70, gosh, I can't count. We would subtract just the 75, be another 75. Wow. Okay, that's kind of where we stand right now. I'm going to go ahead and continue to uninstall flooring, and we'll fill this up. That's the install button, though. You got to go to uninstall. There it is. And same thing. We're just going to grab these kinds of pieces. Whoops. Okay, I want to cancel that, though. I don't want to go in the other room just yet. That's just unnecessary walking around. If we decide we want more floor, we'll come back there for it. But we don't need to just yet. I think that one's probably the kind we want. And I'm going to skip the one with the 4 on it. So let's go. Just tearing through there. I normally would actually probably best would be, I'll ultimately build out like this, kind of make it an L-shaped ship initially and have the increased cargo space. And then when I'm ready to do a reactor, I'll make a reactor room here or here, depending on where it seems to make the most sense. The bridge will stay here for a while, but it'll eventually move down here. Yeah. Actually, I've also had the bridge. Let's see. I think I made this the bridge and put a wall here and made cargo come down and wrap around. And that was kind of fun too. Whatever works for you, folks. Okay, he's done with that. Slow him back down. Manual pickup. And that's it. That's all he can hold. He can hold it on himself, though, too. And he'll start doing that in the other backpack, his main pack. And that's fine. We'll just transfer that over to the cart as necessary. We're actually going to want to use the cart more for the walls. As we know, those take up much more space, and you can't put them in most places. So how much more do we have there? Just a couple more pieces. I think we can deal with that. Okay. We should have plenty of floor now. Let's pick up the cart. And how easy is it? Can't transfer it there. We already knew that, but I thought I'd try it just in case. Well, we're going to want to put this on there too. There we go. And then we will, I guess we'll go ahead and start grabbing some walls. We can do 7 walls and put on the cart here. It makes sense to do them down here next to where we're going to want to come out to build, because then we just have to run around. We don't have to put a hole in our ship. And we will eventually. There's a little trick we're going to learn. Yes, the body. Well, it's not going to impact what we're doing here. Uninstalling wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that'll fill this card up, and we'll be happy with that. And once again, I think we can shift click and it'll just drop it right on there for us. Last one. Oh, and now he's going out to get those last couple of pieces of floor because he can. And we're only going to take one of them. You can get there. Let's see about, okay, so this last piece of floor, and then we're going to go ahead and grab the motherboard pieces and put them here. And I think that's blood. Yeah, well, there's body there, so that makes sense. Small electronic parts. Maybe we go ahead and grab some of those. And that might do for now. I think we're going to drop the cart here. We're going to pick this up and put it on the ship so we don't forget it, because I already did once. There we go. And then I'm going to come and get this light. And we're just going to put it down here by the cart again. I'll put it right there. Light things up. What kind of shape was that cooler in? That cooler is in decent shape. You know what? We're going to go ahead and take that with us. But that heater is not. The cooler is, though. Okay, we're going to pick that up and drag it home. There we go. Okay, we got plenty of work to do on the trip home, which is not a very long one, as you might recall. So where are we? We're at 62% oxygen, 60% battery. He's looking okay. He's a little uncomfortable temperature-wise. We can pop his helmet, and that should take care of that. There it is. Oh, his pain level came down too with doing that. That's interesting. You know what? Let's go ahead and take some painkiller too. He was having that issue earlier. There they are. And we just right click and use. And you eat the pill. It didn't immediately drop anything. So undecided on its impact. We'll see over time if that continues to drop then. It has been a couple hours since he took the last one. So I figure it's time. This cart is loaded down with goodies. It's got the pumps and all that. We're going to leave it alone. And that loose canister. That's right. I forgot about that guy. So we have a little space we could still use if we choose to. Might not be the worst idea to put a door in. We've got those doors. They need fixing, but we could do that. Here's one right here. Let's see what it's going to take to repair it. Is it repairable? So far, so good. It looks like it's going to be repairable. There we go. And we'll have him do that. That went pretty quick. Then we'll pick it up. We'll drop it in here. Doors are kind of difficult to get where you want them because they're 5 spaces and you only have 5 spaces of ground to look at to drop it in there. And so if you're not in exactly the right spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it should fit there, but he may not line up where I want him to make that happen. And that becomes a little frustrating. There it is. So because you have to have the ground available in the window here, and since it's 5, it fits perfectly if you have it lined up right. And this time we do, so that is not going to be a problem. So I think what we're going to do now is what we did last time. We're going to come out here. We will take I think we'll just take the backpack. We don't have to drag it around the same way we do the cart, but we'll take the backpack and we'll start laying floor out where we want it. Haven't entirely decided what that's going to look like yet, but we'll get there. And yeah, let's do that. That'll be the plan for this one. So backpack. Oh, he's carrying some electronic goods, parts. That's fine. And is he free? He is. Oh, conduit. We're going to want to, well, we can come back for conduit. We'll put in flooring, then we'll put in some conduit. So let's come down here and then we're going to pause and get this lined up exactly how we want it. Hall, floor, and I am just going to extend from here. I thought about coming down here or maybe even building around, but you know what? In the interest of just getting it done right now, let's do this. I'm not sure how big I want it to be. 2. That's 11. I think that works. Yeah, we'll do that. So this is 40. That's half of what's in that bag. We will have to move the thruster, but we're going to go ahead and put all the flooring in here that we want. And I think that exceeds what we're currently holding, but that's okay. We'll get there. All right. Let her rip. You have to unpause. Oh, where's he going? Well, I didn't want him to do that. Oh, I wonder if it's still because I had done it as a direct order, if he thinks it still needs to be done. I don't know. We'll let him finish that. And although is he almost done? He's almost done. So we'll let him finish that. And then if he goes on to another one, there he goes. He's starting to lay that. No. Okay, so the plan here then, because he's doing that, is we're going to go to roster and don't restore parts. And then we'll force him over here by clicking, I think. He's not really all that interested in coming over here. Here we go. We'll get him down here. Come on, pal. There you go. Why won't he? All right. Well, that's alarming. I'm not sure why he won't come around there. There we go. Maybe I can't, because it's not actually built yet, I can't click way out here and get him to go there. You can get him to go along the hall and things like that. All right. But then we're going to auto task and hopefully. So it's changing color. I think that's a good sign. There he goes. Okay. Yeah, there are a couple of little weirdnesses like that that do happen every once in a while. Sometimes it just doesn't really feel like there's a reason for it. I'm sure there is. I would bet it's because he was too far from anything that was actually substantive. I can't like send him way over here. And so that makes sense to me. He was just far enough away that I didn't realize that's what was happening. Of course, once we're done here, we're going to have him grab the walls, and we'll go ahead and load up a cart so that he doesn't have to make so many trips. Okay, we're done with the floor. Let's go ahead and grab some conduit, and we'll do that next. So that's going to be an uninstall of conduit. There we go. We'll start there and see how that does for us. Okay, we grabbed a bunch of conduit. We're going to pick up what's left. I did pick some of it up along the way. He will not be able to reach through walls to grab the ones that he did over here. So we'll just have to navigate a little bit. Is that all of it over there? It looks like it is. And then I think he drops some over here too. Just the one. Okay. That'll work. And then I think there was one over here. I'm skipping the jump jack stuff. We've talked about that in the past. And okay, 5, 10, 15, 23. Well, that's not enough to do the whole thing, but it gets us started. So we'll start to install conduit, and it'll easily do this much. Whoa. All right, it's not letting me click there, and I think it's because the same reason. It thinks it's too far away, but now it should be just fine. Yeah, there we go. And we'll just line the wall. I think we got enough to do that. We do have some that's in storage. We'll hold on to that as long as we can, though. You can never have enough conduit. I'm going to go ahead and start the order to install. Well, no, I'm not. I want to load up the cart with flooring before I do that. And he still has 4 pieces of conduit on him, so we could do that. Just pause that real quick. Power, come on, conduit, and just use what he has. 2, 3, 4, and that'll be fine. Okay, we still need 5. Oh, that's not too bad. Let's see if we can pull it out of a wall here. There we go. Orders, conduit uninstall. Try to get 5 of you out of here. Here we go. It's the kind I like, that helps. Here we go. Unpause, that's what I'm trying to hit. Okay, just trying to make sure I get it all. Don't have to make more than one trip. Slow time down some. There we go. I think that'll do it. We'll walk over here. Install more conduit. That should do it. Okay, that's good. We're at 44% battery, 55% oxygen, so that's pretty reasonable. Slow time down, and let's pick up the dolly. I'm gonna pick it up. We're also going to inventory it. Okay, pick up swaps with inventory and becomes drop. I forgot about that. I didn't like that at all. Let's do this. We'll go ahead and leave the conduit. No, we'll have him hold the conduit. And we're going to move flooring over to here. We still have tons of that, and that's great. And we're going to put it in our flooring backpack. And then this is wall. We have 7 units of wall there. We can use the wall we already have, or we can uninstall wall here, and I think that makes the most sense. Hold on to what you have. If you ever have to pitch it, you can, but you have it in the meantime if you need it. So let's do that. And I'll try to pick those up as we go, assuming he's doing the work. It looks like he is. Not bad. Okay, well, that's all we can hold, so, but he's done, so that's good. Now we're going to come down here. We have 16, so we will lay out 16 install of wall, pardon me, wall. That's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. There he goes. And he's off. And this is basically how you go about building out your ship. We have some goodies that we will buy back at the station, and we'll talk about how those can be really helpful in the next episode. But let's go ahead and get this done. We'll finish off this room, and then we'll call it at that point. I think we're just a few minutes away from being complete here, as everything is going pretty well so far. We do have some lights that we bought. That's great. We are down to $2,000, and the shift is almost over. So it isn't a bad thing to get the heck out of Dodge, because we can't afford to pay all our bills right now. Yeah. Not a situation we want to be in often. That's for sure. Okay, I think he's done there. So now we're going to get some more wall, and I think it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He needs 12 of them. We have a half hour before the end of the shift. That's going to be tight. And we might have to pay some more penalties. That's too bad. And I already forgot what number I said. I think it was 12. Come on, get somewhere. There we go. We'll come in here. I think there's going to be plenty of wall here to take. Uninstall wall. Vroop. Just like that. If that's not 16, it's close. We'll know in a minute. Unpause and let her rip. Okay. Moving along nicely. We will probably want to start keeping some of those additional pumps, not just fixing them and selling them, because we're going to need additional oxygen to, support what we've got going on here. And that's something important to remember. We'll want additional pumps for oxygen, frankly, for nitrogen as well. I think that's much more important now, or at least it's getting there. 16 wall pieces, so let's get those installed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll do that for now, and I think we'll just leave the card in here. Oh, I have to hit auto task. Otherwise, he won't do his thing. I'm thinking of leaving the card in here. I wouldn't mind maybe making one more pass. I'll probably do that between videos because this becomes cargo space, right? We can store stuff in it if we want and take it back, fix it up. We'll knock the wall out on the way home, let the air in and be able to repair stuff. We will be down a thruster. This thruster will no longer be any good for us. We'll probably move it to, can't move it there actually. We'll move it somewhere. Can't move it here because there's a wall there and it won't allow that to happen. So he should be down to one piece. Well, no, he's probably got a couple of pieces of floor left. Yeah, he's got a few. I'm going to, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and we'll close it off and we'll knock the wall out. So we can actually, this isn't the smartest. No, we want to do this one first. I want to check and make sure my tools have enough power. You don't want to run out of power on your tools. We're fine there. I haven't had it happen, but theoretically, you could lock yourself in a room and not be able to get out. That would be kind of a bummer. So be mindful of that. We're going to install that one. And that's almost done and is done. And we can drop the cart now. And then we're going to uninstall this one. And that lets us back into the ship. We'll get a low pressure. Yep. It'll fill up pretty quick though. As you can see, oxygen's already fine and now nitrogen's fine too. We got all those extra cans in case we need them, although we don't have a lot of oxygen with us there. Maybe wouldn't be the worst thing to grab 1 or 2 of those if they're still out here. I will do that in between videos. I'm going to collect my light, make one more pass, grab my battery, and we will pick it up going home, figuring out how we want to arrange this and finding some of those new toys that we can use to make this kind of interesting. I do want to thank you for your time. This is Ostranauts, and this is my complete beginner's guide for Build 14. We're finishing up building the first parts of our ship, and we don't exactly know what adventures lie ahead, but we will get to them. Thank you for your time this time, and until next, fair travels.